and okay. Now you can see the board. Well, so let's see what we have. As I remember, we're gonna start a vocabulary section. Yeah?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's learn some idioms. Okay. So let's see if you have any idea about these idioms or no. So the first one, I was thrown. Okay, so as you can see, I was thrown in at the deep end. So what is the meaning of this? If you jump, so you can say I jump or I am, so for example, was thrown or I am thrown. So of course, how to use it. This is a passive form, so how to use it, it's okay. So you can use the verb throw or jump. So if you are thrown in at the deep end means, do you know? Do you have
Yeah.
any idea about it? So let me write here for you. So if you
Yeah.
jump or are thrown in at deep end means,
I think it very rush.
it means you start doing something new and of
Uh,
course difficult without help. So we start doing
uh-huh.
something new and difficult, of course, without help or preparation. Okay, so you can say I jumped in at a
Mm.
deep end, or I was thrown, I am thrown in at the deep end. So as you can see
Yeah.
here, I was thrown in at the deep end when my company sent me to run the German office. I was
Yeah.
only given 2 days notice to prepare. So of course I wasn't ready. So like this.
Yeah. The first
Oh,
time I seen
this is
that
the
word,
first time.
that
Yeah.
idiom. Yeah. It's so hard.
Yeah, it's hard. No, just if you're why? So what is the definition is hard or the way that is used is hard?
Yeah. I think because I didn't mapping that word by word. Yeah.
Ah,
When I see word by word.
of course. You
Yeah.
know that actually the problem with
Yeah.
idioms normally is that people try to translate them word by word, but they have
Yeah.
definitely different meaning. So it was like,
Yeah.
differently. So because of this,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe they seem a bit
Yeah.
difficult. Okay, number two, we don't see eye to eye
Mm.
about relocating our factory. So it means eye to eye. So if two people see eye to eye, they agree to each other. So to see eye to eye
Mm.
means to agree with each other. So if you see, for example, with someone, if you see eye to eye about a topic or something, it means you agree with each other. And if you don't see eye to eye, of course, means you disagree. So for example, um, don't see eye to eye with my sister, so it's like this. So it means we don't agree about something. Okay, for example,
Yeah.
about arrangement, we don't see eye to eye.
Mm.
Wow. Let's keep going. We have the third one. Okay. if you are in hot water, so what it means, of course you can guess. So I got into, or so you can use the verb gets or be, so both of. I got into hot water with my boss for wearing casual clothes. So in trouble. When you are in hot water means you are in trouble. So this one is informal. So just let me mention that, for example, some idioms that's really important. When and how use the idiom. Yeah. So sometimes there are two, for example, when you're talking about elderly people, or for example, to your boss or to your colleague, when it's an official situation. So it's really important how, of course, you can use idioms, but you know, sometimes we need more formal idiom. This one is good one, but you know, this is informal. So when talking to people, you can use it. Okay, easily use it. So if you are in hot water, you are in trouble. And let's see. So small talk is one way to brag. Can you guess this one? I think this is really common, so you notice.
Yeah. Hot water mean
trouble. Hot water means trouble.
Trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the next one can be familiar. So what do you think? Small talk is one way to brag the Ice, of course. So brag the ice, because we normally have it. It means to remove tension, stress, tension, especially at a first meeting. For example, it can be opening party, it can be, for example, the first session of the class, so that people feel, you know, more relaxed. So this is breaking the ice. And I really put, so do you have any idea about this one? I really put my in it when I met our Japanese partner because I was nervous.
Put my eyes.
No, no, you can put your food in something. Okay, well, so to put your food in something, okay, so if you to put your food in it. So I can say that one word is embarrassed. The meaning is embarrassed. So for example, you want to say that something that actually causes you feel embarrassed, to be embarrassed or upset, or I don't know, something like this. Sometimes, for example, we use it as hurt. Okay, but normally when it comes to job, so for example, I really put my foot in it when I ask her about her job. So embarrassed, yeah. So we say embarrassed. Yeah. Again, this is informal. Yeah. So we use it to say something. Of course, you don't mean to do it. So actually, it's something, you know, by accident that embarrasses or upsets someone. So to put your food in it. And let's see, this one is a really good one. We normally actually, when talking about relationships, we normally, especially for IELTS, is really good and usable. I get on like a house on fire. So what it means, when you get on, if two people get on like a house on fire, it means they have really close relationship. So get along very well. So to get on,
Fine.
like a house and fire means to get on or get along very well, to have really good relationship. Quickly become, for example, close friends. Well, okay, let's see. When I visit, so for example, I get on like a house on fire with our Polish agent, of course, so we get along very well. We have good relationship. And the next one, when I visited China for the first time, I was like a fish out of, so you can guess this one, fish out of what?
Water.
Yeah, of course. So if you feel like a fish out of water, you don't feel comfortable or relaxed. You know, because you are in an unusual or unfamiliar situation. So if you feel like a fish out of water, you don't feel comfortable and relaxed because you are in unusual or unfamiliar situation. And my first meeting with our overseas clients was real, the last one, eye opener. So what is that? Eye opener means surprising, startling, or surprising. So eye opener, like, for example, surprising. So I had not seen that style of negotiation before. So it was like really surprising. Okay. Well, so any questions related to these idioms?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, of course, we have a lot of idioms.
Yeah.
For example, you know how to say that. Uh, when you want to talk about economic situation, okay?
Yeah.
And you want to say, for example, the fast food industry, okay, has suffered economically. Do you know how to say?
Fairly economic.
Yeah, economy. Yeah, for example, they are not in a really good situation.
Yeah.
Economic situation. So, for example, industry business, this business is not in a good situation, economic situation. So it's something related to economy and money. You can say to take a hammering. So, for example, food and beverage industry has taken a real hammering recently. It means they are not in a good situation and they are suffering economically. So, for example, this is another.
Yeah.
Or many business, for example, in recent years, many businesses have taken, and normally we use present perfect because we normally talk about the period of time, for example, have taken a hammering. So like you're not really good in a really good situation. So
Yeah.
and so
And
this is another idiom. So
yeah.
some idiom. Yeah, of course. So let me teach you. Why not? We have a few maybe it's not good to know them because you can. So this one, oh, just I need a place to write. Okay, here. So to take a hammering specifically is used for business. Hammering means to suffer economically. So, for example, many businesses in recent years, many businesses have taken a hammering.
Yeah.
So, of course, and you are in trouble. Yeah,
yeah.
you think what? I'm sorry.
We can use through it to in at the deep end to describe about that situation.
Of course, and you can combine another idiom. So of course, yes, and you know you can use another idiom. Now it's really maybe a crucial situation. Everything is awful, so and you need to survive. How to say? To keep your head above water means to survive. So to keep your head above water means to survive. How to use it? Okay. For example, I can say, I think with, I don't know, this modern technology and, for example, the use of AI, for example, many small businesses can't keep their head above water. Many traditional and small businesses can't keep their head above water. So this way, until, for example, they learn new methods and they try to become more modern, for example, like this. And so is it enough or more? Is it enough or more idioms?
Yeah.
So, okay, tell me if you want to learn more idioms or no, you think that's enough for now?
Yeah, because I feel hard, and especially I feel hard to use idiom in some situation in the real situation. So I think I will try it in another course or another time.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's really important, as I told you, to know that idioms have their own places and situation. So,
Yeah.
what normally we use, especially collocations, phrasal verb, idioms, we normally use. So it's really good to learn them, but of course, not everywhere, not to everyone, not all. Okay. Well, now we'll learn these idioms, okay, about this topic, and now let's keep going. So you don't need to listen because, you know, they are the answers, okay. And consider the context of each idiom in exercise A and write down those which have positive and negative. Which one you think?
Yeah.
Positive and negative. Let's have a look. About one.
It is positive, negative.
Of course, negative. About two.
Positive.
Okay. And, but this is don't see. Yeah, it has, you know, but this context, because don't see eye to eye, so we disagree. So yeah, see eye to eye is positive, but when we make it negative, of course, it can be negative. So number three.
Oh, I want to clear about the C I to I.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the idiom is a positive, right?
Of
But
course.
in this situation, it's a negative.
Yeah, because of don't. Because
Yeah,
of don't is negative, but of course
yeah.
it's positive. Yeah. And
Yeah.
the next one, get into hot water.
Negative.
Of course, yes. Number 4, break the ice.
Positive.
Yeah, of course. Put my food in it.
Negative.
Of course, negative. Yeah, you make someone feel embarrassed. Of course, it's negative. Number 6, get on like a house on fire.
Positive.
Yeah. And 7, fish out of water.
Uncomfortable. Negative.
Yeah, of course. And 8,
Positive.
actually, this can be both, negative, it depends. So here, for example, I haven't seen that style of negotiate, if in a good way or maybe in a bad way. So it's like, something that's surprised you. So it can be negative or positive, depending on the context like this. Okay,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
yeah. Now let's use them. Okay, match the idioms in exercise A to the correct meanings. So let's get started. So of course we know. So, okay, given a difficult job to do without preparation. So number 1, so you know that. Quickly have a friendly relationship with.
True in at the deep end.
Quickly have a friendly relationship with someone.
Yeah.
B.
Quickly have um I no like a house on fire.
Of course, get on like a house. Get on like a house. Yeah, of course. And feel uncomfortable.
Like a fish out of water.
Very good. Say or do something without thinking carefully so that you embarrasses or upset someone.
Put my foot.
Yeah, of course. Just, you need to say put my foot in it or in. So that is really important. Okay.
Yeah.
And to disagree with someone.
Disagree with.
Disagree, of course.
Got into hot water.
No, you know that don't see eye to eye. Don't see eye to eye.
Don't see. Don't include in that idiom. Don't was.
Can be, of course, can be. We can use positive or affirmative or negative form, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
And
Eyes opener.
yeah, of course, to make someone you have just been less nervous. So G. Ice breaking. Yeah. To make someone you have just been less nervous means ice breaking and more willing to talk. Yeah, of course. And to get into trouble.
Got into hot water.
Of course. And now Tell me about, so this one is good. So we're going to use these idioms. Okay. Well, the first one, describe a situation when you put your foot in it or when you felt like a fish out of water. So you can choose one of these idioms and try to talk about the situation that you felt like, I don't know, maybe you were in trouble or you make someone feel embarrassed. So
Yeah.
do you remember? Or for example, I don't know, an eye-opener situation. So if you had
when I met a new college.
colleague.
Yeah, college. So I add about them. I add about them and about their knowledge before I can explain. I can before I so about my express or my impression. So I think in that situation may make them embarrassed.
Okay, embarrassed, you think?
Yeah.
You know, embarrassment, embarrassing, embarrassed. So there
Yeah.
are different forms of this word. Embarrassing, something that makes you feel embarrassed. Embarrassed is used about your feeling or someone's feeling. And
Yeah.
so you can use in different forms. Okay, and embarrassment, that is a noun. Okay, well, so let me ask another question so about ice breaking and, for example, the first meeting. Tell me about the first impression. How to make a good impression at a first meeting, you think? So this is the first time that you meet someone and you want to make a good impression. How to make a good impression when you meet someone for the first time?
Yeah. Sorry, can you say?
Of course, of
Yeah.
course. How to make a good impression. So let me write it here. How to make a good impression.
Yeah.
When you meet someone for the first time, it can be a business or, for example, no, a normal meeting.
Yeah. I think I will. I think the first thing is we'll try to become polite. So the first time can say hi and handshake and introduce about myself first. I think in about 3 to 5 sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next add them about ask them about uh, basic question. For
Yeah.
example, about their information and may open discuss about the usually topic, for example, weather or traffic or about
Yeah.
yeah.
Of
I think
course, that's perfect, of course. And you're definitely right. And the first part, especially, that was really good because you said, yeah, a few sentences so that you actually give chance to another person to talk. Because some people think that, okay, let's talk and talk, introduce myself, for example, talk about my interest. Of course, it can be really uncomfortable situation for another person. But when you use a few sentences to introduce yourself and then ask some question to get some information, that was really good, of course. So, well, so that's really important to make a good impression, especially at a first meeting. Okay, well, so let's keep going. Okay. Read the articles A and B on this page, okay, and C and D, and choose the two most interesting points about each country. And okay, so let's see. We have Italy and United Arab Emirate, and where are the others? So page, okay, oh, C and D. So let's see. Let's read them. Why not? So, okay. Read your article again and answer. So let's read the articles. Okay. The first one, Italy, conversation. Lively conversation is common in Italy. Welcome topics of conversation include Italian architecture, art and film, sports, especially football, opera, and praising the hospitality. This one. Hospitality, the state of being, for example, welcoming, friendly. And the person with this characteristic is, so the adjective for it is now is hospitable.
Yeah. So, and can you explain me about the praising?
Yeah, of course. And praising, like, for example, welcoming, you know, for example, when you're happy, it's not like, for example, I give you a gift. No. But it's like, for example, when you are happy and welcoming because you having, for example, someone, for example, you have a guest, you have a tourist, okay? So it's something like you admire. And for example, it's like this. Of course, we use it to, for example, parents always praise children. So when they did something, I don't know, well at school. So this is, and here we have the same thing, like you admire, you, for example, I don't know, if someone has any achievements, you, I don't know, approve and you admire this achievement, so, or characteristic, not only achievements. So this is about praising. And hospitality, welcoming, friendly. The adjective is hospitable. So yeah, Italian, really Italian are hospitable. They're really friendly, welcoming. They're really happy when meet you. So of the country. It is best to avoid criticizing Italian culture, even if your Italian counterparts are doing so. So, do you know the meaning of counterpart?
I didn't know.
So, okay, for example, when someone exactly do the similar thing that you do in your position, that is your counterpart. Okay, for example, in some countries, women and men have the same positions, jobs, but for example, men are paid highly, but women no. Okay, the same position. We say that in this situation, men and women are counterparts. It means they have the same positions or characteristics or characters. So the same function, the same characteristics. So both of them, okay?
Yeah.
Well, we can say like match. And now, don't give a business gift until you receive one. Yeah, pricing. Your gift should be a well-known brand name. Gift of alcohol or craft from your own country are often good choices. Other possible gifts are, I don't know, fine pens and frame prints or pictures, silver key rings, or a calculator. Avoid giving gifts showing your company's logo. So, if you have an Italian actually work partner, so just be careful. And don't advertise your logo. Entertaining, hospitality plays a key role in Italian business culture. Regardless of how you feel, refusing an invitation of any kind may give offense. The business breakfast is almost, unheard of. Rare acceptation may be found in the major cities. Business dinners involve only small exclusive group. If you are the host, check with your Italian contact before making any invitation. Lunch is still the main meal of the day and in most areas of the country, and it's usually served after 12:30 p.m. and often has many courses. Just before we keep going, I want to ask you about your business culture. And so that is really interesting. Actually, I want to know about, so you know that. So we need to know, for example, the other side, culture, behavior, attitudes, traditions, so that we can do our best. So you tell me about your business culture.
Business culture similar with community culture.
Of course, just for example, now we read a text about Italy. I want to know about your culture.
But I find hard to clear about the question because.
So let me, yeah, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Just let me explain my question. So it's like, for example, I want to work with you, okay, in a company, and I don't know your culture. For example, can I invite people? For example, we're going to have a meeting. It's better to have this meeting, for example, at a company. No, it's better to go out having an official meal. So this way.
I understand that your question is similar with a company culture, and that means how people in our company react in some situation, right? And I think business culture, we show about my culture, and for example, we show our culture, atmosphere in our community look like very young and active, and very commitment.
Of course. Well, just let me actually talk about these two words. The first one, you know, that give offense means a bit, I don't know, something that makes someone feel uncomfortable, like insulting, or for example, I don't know, it's against the rules, so we can say. And this one, the business breakfast, is almost unheard of. When something is unheard of, it means that was never heard. It's not common. That is unknown. So we don't have something like this. So these two. Okay. So we don't have business breakfast, for example, in Italy. Okay.
And can you explain me about the business breakfast?
Of course. For example, in some countries, you can have a business meal. So you go somewhere and you have a meal. Of course, it's related to your work. Okay, it's not, for example, a personal day. So it's something related, but not for this meal. You can invite your colleagues, for example, for lunch. That's okay, but not for breakfast. For example, I don't talk, okay, I want to work with a company, and okay, I ask and I invite them, okay, for breakfast. No, it's not something common in my country. So it's better if you want to have a business meal to talk about, for example, your business matters, it's better to have it, for example, for lunch or dinner. So it depends on the country.
Yeah.
Okay, and this one, B, United Arab Emirates. The host usually said a subject.
I have a question.
Of course, yes.
The last previous lesson we discussed about the ấn, ấn, and the, right? So
Yeah.
so I know we use the before the country which include more than land and more than Iceland or someone like
Yeah.
that.
So
So I know, yeah.
You mean United Countries?
Yeah, but it should be the, yeah,
The, of
before
course,
United.
the,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
United Kingdom, or for example, the United Emirates, or for example, the US. So for United countries, of course, we use the. Yes.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
but why in this program they didn't
Okay,
write?
let me say.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
the UAE, okay, but here, United, it's like, for example, it's like a title. Because of this, we don't have the here, okay? But in the text, as you can see, we have it. The, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. So it depends. So it's just a title, the name. So because of this, you don't need.
Yeah.
But here, when using, of course, you use the.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Well, so let's see what we have here. So the host usually set a subject of conversation. They will normally begin with polite inquiries. How are you? So it's like, and how are you enjoying your visit, etc. If others arrive before you, your host will often tell you the subject of the previous conversation and invite you to contribute. That's good. Gift giving, praising. So as I told you, giving gift in the UAE is more complex than in other countries. This is partly because of the mixture of customs. So why? Because of mixture of nationalities. Each nationality has different taste and customs. Also, nearly everything can be purchased in the UAE less expensively than elsewhere in the world. Okay, as a gesture of respect, your host is likely to open and carefully examine your gift. Really? Your presents, of course, it's a good one. And it's important that your gift is the best you can afford to avoid embarrassment. This one is really good. For example, if someone gives you a gift, you open it immediately, for example, in front of the person to actually show your, for example, happiness and satisfaction, or no, you keep it and do it later. So what do you do?
Yeah, it's so we can you say can you explain about those
I'm sorry.
situation
Yeah,
again?
I'm sorry. I talked too fast.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. So let me say again.
Yeah.
In your culture, if
Yeah.
someone gives you a gift,
Yeah.
okay, so is that a part of your culture that's open your gift? And of
Yeah.
course, just, to show how you're happy because of the gift. Or no, you don't unwrap, you don't do it and keep it and then open it. So which one is your culture?
Yeah, in my culture, I think every people open with to receive uh, a gift from someone, but it should be a small gift. It should be for fun, and
Ah,
after that we we feel happy, and so that thank you and very happy when I got a gift from them. Yeah,
yeah, of course.
and yeah, and normally in a late time, if I receive a gift from someone, and I may find uh, a time and give again them a gift.
Yeah,
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 because
of
I feel,
course.
yeah, I feel happy when I yeah, give back them
Yeah,
and
of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I
Well, so
yeah,
I,
my children, my daughter receive some gift from their friend.
Yeah.
So at last, at the weekend, we take her to the shopping mall, and
Ah.
for her pick some gift to prepare for her to give back for her friend, right? And and
That's
her very feel happy, and
yeah.
and she talked that her friend very
Interesting.
happy when her have got the have got the gift from my daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course. It's really interesting culture. Like, I think it makes relations better. So you
yeah,
give and get. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
really
yeah.
interesting. So, but about this country, I think, this one, it's important that your gift is the best you can afford. No, we don't have something like this to avoid embarrassment. For example, okay, if I can afford, like, for example, I don't know, a golden car, I should buy it. What is that? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's a gift. Just, something like, I don't know, really small, but I think morally is important.
Yeah.
Well, entertaining. Sharing a meal is considered the best way for people to get to know one another. Local
Mm.
often entertain at home by they will accept a foreigner's invitation to a hotel or restaurant. Hospitality in the UAE is very important but should not be interpreted as future commercial success. There are local customs to be aware of. For example, it's considered bad manners to either eat or offer something with the left hand. Why?
Yeah.
So, so if I forget, so I know, yeah, that's really important. Look, for example, do you have the same thing? If you give something with left hand, is rude?
Sorry.
For example, do you have the same thing? If you give something with your left hand, it's rude in your culture. It's not polite. For example, this is my left hand.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not good in your
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah. It's not good.
Ah, it's not good in your culture, really? So you don't give something, offer something with left hand?
Yeah. Can you explain me
For
about the
example,
left hand?
yeah, of course. For
Left hand.
example, I want to offer you something, give you something. Okay, it can be food, chocolate. Okay, I
Yeah.
have it in my left hand. I say, okay, here you go, here you are. It's rude.
Mm.
In the actually UAE is not polite. You need to use your right hand. So for example, if
Ah.
you give chocolate to someone only with right hand, with left hand, no, it's not good. Really?
Ah. Yeah. In my country, we don't. I think we don't care about the but normally we use two hand to give. For example, yeah, we
Of
can use two
course.
hand. So yeah,
Of
I
course.
want
It's
to give you
polite.
a gift. Yeah,
Yeah,
in
of
two
course.
hands. Yeah,
Yeah, of course. I
because I
think it's
think
more polite
yeah, yeah,
using
it's
two
very
hands.
polite.
Yeah, of course. It's really, I think really, but some countries, like Asian countries, did have
Mm.
really, actually, I can say, they're, I don't want to say polite, but I think respectful people,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the way they behave, the way, for example, they show their feeling, emotions. So I think, yes, they are really considerable,
Oh,
thoughtful, considerable. They think about, for example. So I think, yeah, you have really interesting culture. So
yeah.
using two
And
hands is really polite.
yeah, when I was a child, a child, my mother and my grandparent always to remind me give when I give or through someone something to another people. I have to use two hands.
Ah, of
Yeah,
course. It's perfect
yeah,
because I think it's it's
yeah,
really good manner. So
yeah,
it's feel like you are first of all, you're doing something for someone. For example, you're giving something, and at the same time, you are really polite to do it. So it means like, I'm happy for doing something. That is perfect, I think. So being respectful.
And in the other hand, the people who receive or who got a gift, they should to use your hand to
Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
wow.
that means we always use your hand for when give or got receive a
Ah,
gift. Other,
it's
yeah,
respect, yeah. So you get respect, you show respect. That I think that's
yeah,
really perfect. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Well, different because of this, we need to know, for example, so we know that if we travel to the UAE to work with them, so don't use your left hand. It's not, but of course, like, for example, for a foreigner, I don't think it's rude. Because when you
yeah,
don't know, this is the first time that you visit a country, of course, you are not aware of their traditions, costume, behavior. So if, for example, you do something, maybe they are, I don't know, it's something, it's not considered as rude behavior, I think. Because I don't
yeah,
know, for example, this is the first time. Yes, if you leave there, it's okay. But the first time, I think it's a bit strict too. I don't
yeah.
know. Well, let's see. Okay, so first of all, in which country do people talk in a lively way? Italy or UAE? Let's,
Um, Italy.
of course, of course. And do people ask questions about your personal life?
Italy.
Uh, no, I don't think. Definitely no. Never, I think. They don't ask anything. Let me check. Just personal questions like art from, yeah, especially because these type of questions are not actually included in personal question, like some question related to you, just your
Yeah,
I don't know, personal. So I don't think, just there are some general like sport, film, so general questions. Personal, like for example, oh, how old are you? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have are you married? So these type of questions are personal that I think uh, it's not normal to ask in any
yeah,
country.
yeah.
Does the host invite you to comment on a previous conversation? So which one, so maybe not these two because we have two other countries. Maybe it's not related to these two countries. So because we have two other countries that we need to read on all the pages. So I think, what is that? Yeah, 142, 146. We have two other countries that we need to read about. Maybe this question is not related to these two countries. Well,
Yeah.
okay. Ah, so let's keep going. Of course, we're going to answer this question, but we have no more time to answer the questions. So we can
Yeah,
skip this part. And the next
yeah,
session, of course, we will keep going with the rest of it. Well,
yes.
and just this. Any questions, any issues related to this part, something that you want to ask me?
No, I don't. Yeah,
Okay. And just thank you. Have a great
yeah,
day. Fruitful walking day.
yeah. Thank you, and see
You're
you on
welcome.
next time.
Of course, see you. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.